Let your spirit guide me. Okay, so I've tried to start this segment out several times and it's just not working. The words that I'm stumbling. I'm not making any sense. I'm going from one topic to another. So I had to take a deep breath and just take a minute and, call on my son for his guidance. And I feel a lot calmer now. I feel like hopefully I can portray the message that I want to this time, because it's an important one. It talks about how we end up in the places that we need to be in life. Like, no matter what happens, there is a plan, and it's a plan that we put in place before we even came to this earth in this lifetime. Um, we agreed on things with other souls to help ourselves grow and learn. Um, I believe that we also put things in place to kind of show ourselves, to guide ourselves, so we know that we're on the right track. Like birth dates, things with numbers. That's the easiest way for the spirit realm to connect with us and to kind of guide us is through numbers, electronics, things like that. So there's just been so many instances, and I was trying to share them all with you guys all at once, and it just wasn't happening. So, so if I get a little bit discombobulated, I apologize. I will try to keep it on track, but I'm not restarting this video again, so it's going to happen from start to finish without without me redoing it. I want to be real, and if I stumble, I stumble. If I don't, I don't. So there's been a couple things in my past, and that I just feel that I need to share with you guys. It's two completely separate different instances, but I want to talk about them both, and I want to talk about them both on this segment. As you know from my previous segments, if you watched, my son did die by suicide. And when he did that, I was in an area of the country away from my mom. I had just gone through a separation with my then husband. And I was struggling. I was struggling really bad. But everything was starting to come together. I had found a job. I had found a place. And I was able to get all my kids there. And, well, except for the oldest one that was living off on her own at that time. So it was me and my kids. And we were happy and things were coming together. And, Shane did start declining during that time. And he declined pretty fast. I want to say we had like one good month, and then the next month it was pretty downhill. But about that house, so the place that I ended up was a place that Shane and I had talked about going when he was like in 8th grade, and he had promised me that he'd go there with me someday. It was the state of Oregon, absolutely beautiful part of the country. I was living in Salem, and I knew that I was supposed to be there. Like everything, all my feelings, all my intuition, everything guided me to that place. And the house that I ended up moving into, my next door neighbor that I had never met before was suicidal. She had gone through bouts of depression. So when my son did take his life, it was, a big scene. Everybody kind of knew what was going on in the neighborhood because of them taking his body out and the fire trucks and the police cars and everybody just in and out. So my neighbor across the street, I don't even remember her name, she came find me the next day and she kind of told me her story. And she explained to me, she was like, I'm not telling you this, so you could feel, any other kind of way other than that she wanted to explain to me why she wanted to help my family. She said that helping us was helping her as well, so that way it was helping her to overcome what she was going through. That the week after his passing, this amazing woman that I can't even know who she is to think. She organized the neighborhood to cook for us, to get us toilet paper and toothpaste and just the bare essentials, because we weren't in the mind frame to realize that we needed to eat. We were sad, we were distraught. This was 4 days before Christmas, and she organized all that. And looking back on it now, I have to realize how lucky and how blessed I was to be exactly in this place that I was in when this happened. And to me, there's no other explanation on how that could have been without realizing that we put these things in place before we even come to this earth. So that was one instance that I wanted to tell you about. The other instance that is completely and totally amazing is the place that I'm working at now. One of the ladies that I work with, she's part of my soul family. She and I have a very deep soul tie. We've known each other through lifetimes. I know that we have. Our phone numbers have the same numbers, just introverted in different ways. Family members share same birth dates. She's had a spiritual experience with my son. It's amazing. And I didn't want to come here. I didn't want to be in this place. I thought Iowa was going to be the worst thing in the world that could ever happen to me. Through my job, I've lived in like 5 different states over the past 2 years, just like through promotions and training and stuff like that. I did not want to come to this place. But apparently, before I got here, they had some rough times with a few of the previous managers, not judging, not making any decisions or anything like that about the previous managers. I wasn't there. All I know is that they were having a hard time, and the office team was really not a team. They were all against each other. There was so much animosity there, between the leasing team and the maintenance team and the redeck team. Like, nobody was working together. Nobody was communicating. And because of my spirituality, I was able to kind of bridge those gaps. I come in there with my tarot cards and talking about the spirit realm, and somehow that is what got everybody connected. Our maintenance guy is, oh my gosh, what was he? I can't remember, but he's Wiccan as well, pagan religion. One of the girls that I work with, all into tarot cards, and they all had spiritual backgrounds. They all had like something in their past that was, they had questions. They had this need for something more. They needed validation. And I'm just trying to use the best words that I can, but it was a blessing for me to be there. And through me helping them, and then now for my son's birthday, they bought him a cake, they bought me flowers, they bought balloons for me to release. Like, I couldn't be more blessed. And all of that was through spirit numbers, spirit connections, soul connections, and just trusting my intuition and my gut. And even if it was something that I didn't want in the moments that it was happening, I knew that these things were the right things to do and the right places to be. So therefore, what I'm trying to get across to you is, if you see signs, don't think that they're coincidences, because they're not. Trust in yourself. Trust in your own intuition. Trust in what you are trying to show yourself. Because deja vu, soul connections, soul ties, soul families, it's all real. And it's all right in front of our eyes. If we just open up and let our higher selves guide us through our path and journey on this earth. There's It's there. It's in front of us. You guys just open up and look and see it, because it's exciting and it's real. And the people that we surround ourselves with and the people that are around us are supposed to be there. There's no right or wrong. There's no bad. There's no good. It's all neutral experiences that we decide what it is, but it's all things that we've put in place. So next time that you just question, like, am I crazy? Is this real? Am I supposed to be doing this? Just trust. Just trust in your higher self. Just trust in you. Because we are all part of the same being. We are all part of the same source. We're all part of each other. And we're all here to help each other in some way, shape, or form. We just got to open up our eyes and see that.